Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, glory, worship, and love for Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Rekah, Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. This is Genesis chapter 27 and verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And that's what these devils are planning on doing, is to slay the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the 12 tribes of Israel. They're saying that we don't have health care, and that we die more of this disease that they have out, um, and that they're gonna have to give us the shot first. So this is the Tuskegee syphilis study. Tuskegee experiment was a clinical study conducted between 1932 and 1972 by the United States Public Health Service and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The purpose of the study was to observe the natural history of untreated syphilis. The African American men in the study were told they were receiving free health care from the federal government of the United States. Um, and what they're telling us now is they're going to give you a free shot. But watch what happens to these people. Um, the Public Health Service started the study in 1932 in collaboration with Tuskegee University, then the Tuskegee Institute, a historically black college in Alabama. Investigators enrolled in the study a total of 600 impoverished African American sharecroppers from Macon County, Alabama, and that's the tribe of Judah. Of these men, 399 had latent syphilis, with a control group of 201 men who were not infected. As an incentive for participation in the study, the men were promised free medical care, but were deceived by the devil Esau, by the PHS, who disguised placebos, ineffective methods, and diagnostic procedures as treatment. The men who had syphilis were never informed of their diagnosis, despite the risk of infecting others. And they're trying to tell us they got to protect us from this disease when they don't care. This proves it. And the fact that the disease could lead to blindness, deafness, mental illness, heart disease, bone deterioration, collapse of the central nervous system, and death. According to the CDC, the men were told that they were being treated for bad blood, a colloquialism that described various conditions such as syphilis, anemia, and fatigue. Bad blood, specifically the collection of illnesses the term included, was a leading cause of death within Southern African American community. The men were initially told that the study was only going to last 6 months, but it was extended to 40 years. After funding for treatment was lost, the study was continued without informing the men that they would never be treated. None of the infected men were treated with penicillin, despite the fact that by 1947, the antibiotic had become the standard treatment for syphilis. So that's got to tell you right there what this devil thinks about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They had penicillin and they wouldn't give it to them. And they want you to trust them, or you want to trust them. The scriptures talk about this. This is Isaiah chapter 31 and verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, So you want to trust the devil. And stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. And right now is not the time to go to a hospital. They could put you on a ventilator and you never come out of it. I think it's 34% of people that go on a ventilator survive. So you got to think about that before you go to the hospital, and seek the Lord. He could heal you. He's the one that heals. Let me get. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39. See now that I am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai can heal you. You don't want to be, like I said, you don't want to be going to no hospital right now. They're gonna test you, and if they say you're positive, you're gonna be staying or going into a camp. Um, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust shall not been altogether wiped away. So they act like they don't hate you, but they really do, and we could see it. But these 2/3 that think they're friends, uh, they're gonna be thrust through. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? Who's feeling sorry for these idiots that are going to get a test and the damn police show up at their door to take them away? Or gets this shot and something happens? Who's going to pity them? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. This reminds me of Bill Gates. But in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So this is this Tuskegee experiment is a good reason why you should not trust these devils. They are still the same devils. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. I'm going to read this last one. None of the infected men were treated with penicillin, despite the fact that by 1947, the antibiotic had become the standard for treatment for syphilis. That was by 1947, right there. And look at how long it lasted. 1972. They did not treat any of them. So that's the devil for you. Do not trust him. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Just got a couple more scriptures here. This is John chapter 10 verse 10. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. The devil, Esau, is coming to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And you could bet your dollar that he's gonna do it. But who's gonna pity one that comes near a serpent? This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And this shot that they're coming out with is a sword. And we're going to see people drop. And then they're going to say it's the third wave of people dropping from the shot, but they're dropping from that shot, but they're going to say it's getting worse, so we need to do more. So never trust the enemy. Don't trust that devil, Esau the serpent. And trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Seek him. Don't seek this hospitals or anything like that. With that, I want to say shalom to the elect.